Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Julia Exo. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about envy. This is, I think, such a widely talked about conversation, not on podcasts, but just like in general, because I feel like it controls so many people's lives, especially nowadays. Oh my gosh, especially nowadays with social media. I feel like everybody's just, a lot of people at least, are looking at other folks' lives and they're just constantly comparing themselves to their lives. You know, if you want something, you can just go on social media and search and see people who have already achieved the thing that you want. And I feel like it can be so detrimental to people because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing you have this. And it's making me even more mad that I don't have this. Remember that. That's a crucial part to this episode. Remember that, like, oh my gosh, you're mad because you don't have it. It's a very crucial point to today's episode. And even if you're not looking for somebody else, even if you're not looking to see if somebody else has achieved what you desire, I feel like you're going to see it anyway because social media, I mean, when you're on certain social media apps, really any social media app except for YouTube, you cannot really control what you see. Of course, there's always the algorithm, but I'm going to tell you now, the algorithm, it I feel like it just really wants you to see things that are sucky. Because when I was on social media, like actively, I would just go on there to scroll. I still have social media. I just don't really use it to scroll. I use it for like informational purposes. But anyway, when I would go on there just to scroll, I'd see like very tragic things. And I did not interested because I'm not trying to see, I'm not trying to hear about how somebody just got taken out by their parents. I don't want to hear that. Not only am I a very empathetic person, but just hearing those things, it's like so detrimental to the subconscious because you're constantly hearing about all these tragic things that are happening and it's filling your world with these vibes. So basically, you know, what you think you attract. So if you're thinking that horrible things are constantly happening in your life, I know things horrible happen, but like if you're thinking that these things are constantly happening in your life, it can start to influence the way that your life manifests. If you're constantly seeing videos on social media about cheaters and whatnot, I feel that eventually you're going to start associating these things with your life. You know, women aren't nothing, men aren't nothing. I feel like those are some of the views that you've taken on. I've observed this firsthand with other folk, where they see so many bad relationships on social media and they begin to lose faith in romance. Honestly, for however many bad people out there has to be as many great people because for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I know a lot of people think that I'm just like, I don't know, what is her name? Gosh, Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, with how naive I sound sometimes. But y'all, honestly, with how naive people think I am, my life plays out like that. I mean, not like naive, but like I get what I want. I have amazing people in my inner circle. I have people that I care about, and I have an amazing imagination. So I may not see right here in my world right now. It'll be here soon. It will be here. But yeah. So and I really do. You know, a lot of people think that they can't have it all. They can't have it all. Oh, it's not possible to get this. It's not possible to get that. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, science backs up that you really can't have anything that you want to have. I'm so serious. Y'all need to start looking at research that has been conducted. Honestly, I explain things in a scientific point of view, but I look at it in more of a way that might not be understood by most people. I look at things in such an esoteric way, such a fun, whimsical way. I just convey it scientifically because I know that that'll get people to listen. But yeah, all my little whimsy thoughts are backed by science. Let's jump into today's episode, you guys. Okay, so let's get in the headspace of when you're envious of someone. And I'm just gonna give you guys an example, a fake example, not a real life one. Let's say John is at a function. He's at Top Golf. And Ethan pulls up. Ethan is his best friend since middle school. John, he sees Ethan pull up in this red Corvette with custom wheels and these nice leather seats. John sees Ethan pull up in that nice red Corvette, and he's like, "What the heck, man? That would take me forever, and I wouldn't even be able to make this month's rent if I bought that car. I wouldn't be able to make this month's rent or eat any food for 12 years." That's dramatic, but I wouldn't really be able to create any nice home cooked meals if I bought that car. That's what John is saying. And so the whole time that they're at Top Golf, he's just like so irritated a little bit. He has this weird vibe. He has this weird vibe to Ethan because he's so envious. Gosh, that red Corvette, he has always wanted a Corvette. And blue was the color he wanted it in for real, but honestly, it sucks either way to see somebody with a Corvette. But it was the exact model that John wants, okay? That was the exact model that John has always desired. And Ethan has it. And it's fine that Ethan has it, but that's John's dream car. That's his dream date. That's John's dream car. So he is so irritated. And Ethan is noticing that John is kind of vibing him. I mean, he's being so weird. He's like 1 cent short of totally wigging out. So John is just like totally messing up the entire day, their entire hangout. He's messing up their entire hangout. And Ethan's just like, "Dude, what's going on?" John's like, "No, nothing, blah, blah, blah. Ethan's like, "You're totally being rude." But the thing is, John is so envious of Ethan. John is totally wigging out at this point. But let me tell you something. John was so busy being envious that he took away the joy from this whole night. Mind you, it was their first reunion in a long time, and John totally took the fun out of it because he was envious of Ethan. So that's something that envy brings, or rather takes away. When you let yourself be consumed by envy, you take away the joy in function that you may be in, and it takes away the joy in yourself because you're letting yourself be consumed with such rage. Not only did it take away John's joy, but it brought animosity to the table. Now Ethan's like, "What the heck? John hates me, and for what? What did I do?" Or he's just like, what is John vibing you for? Who wants that? Who wants that, and for what? I mean, obviously we know why, but is it really reasonable? No, it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable. I mean, it is reasonable, but there are just better ways to handle it. Like most things, there is more under the surface with envy than we think, or at least than what it shows. The root of envy is love. John has wanted a Corvette since he was 5 years old, you guys. He saw it one day while he was with his family on a road trip, and he was like, "Wow, I want that car. I want that car." And I was like telling his father and his mother, "Oh, mama, papa, I'm going to buy that car." And it's just such a sentimental car for him because he was on a road trip when he first saw that car, and that road trip was his favorite road trip ever. Every time he thinks about Corvettes, he thinks about that car. But anyway, that's enough into John. The point is, John loves that car, and the fact that John not only sees someone with a Corvette, but he also sees one of his, like, he sees his best friend, and him and his best friend grew up in the same neighborhood. They went to the same school, so pretty much they had the same opportunities. Yet John doesn't have it, and Ethan does. That is so irritating for him. Something that he loves so much, yet he doesn't have it, and that's a hard thing. But you know what? When you're envious and taking it out on other people, the thing to remember is what you're really mad about, or the thing that you're sad about. The thing you want but don't have. Remember not to take it out on anyone, whether that person be close to you or not. Don't take it out on them. Instead, remember what the goal is. What's the goal? What do you want? What is it that you want? Is it your dream house? Or like a person who treats you with respect in your life? What's the real goal? What's the goal? Be happy for the person that has it. Obviously, you realize how much of an accomplishment it is to have it, or how grateful you would be if you have it. So be happy for that person. I feel that when you show gratitude or thankfulness, happiness for others, for yourself, blah, 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 you bring in more prosperity. You bring in such an abundance of amazing things for you, and you even get what you want. At least in my experience, I do. And you know, really, it's just a great thing to be happy for someone else, because I feel like joy is so contagious. I feel it's a very contagious thing. Not only is being happy for them something that I think is such an amazing thing to do instead of being envious, but also take inspiration from it. Use that as fuel to go for whatever it is that you want. If you want a person that treats you with respect, but you don't treat yourself with respect, and then you're envious of people who have people in their life that treat them with respect, maybe use that as fuel to start treating your own self with respect and love, compassion, all those amazing things. So again, move with passion, not hatred. I don't think hatred will get you too far. Even if you're like a villain and you hate somebody, you want to take them down, at the end of the day, you have to learn to move that hatred into other things and be patient. Obviously, we see with all the villain movies that they're so filled with hatred they can't even execute the plan with no errors. So don't move with hatred, not because you want to, take down the hero, but move with passion, not hatred. Next thing, the thing that I keep saying is that people want things and they're envious of those that have it, and they know that if they put in the effort, they could get whatever it is that they want, but they do not try to go for what it is that they want. So if you want those things so bad, and you're seeing that clearly you desire these things deeply because you're showing envy instead of love, then why not go for those things? Use it as ammunition to go for the things that you love. And I think I've said it before. Yeah, totally in the episode Totally Triggered. I think I did. When you're triggered, it's really just a learning opportunity. And you're gonna continue being envious of people for what they have. Until like two things. One, you go ahead and get that thing yourself. That's the temporary solution. Two, you look from a place of inspiration and love instead of hatred. Again, hatred, it's what appears as the root of envy, but really it's love. It's that deep love. So again, let it be a reminder of the thing that you want. Let it be a reminder and then go for it. Don't let it just be a reminder, but you also have to take action. Inspiration without action is useless. Go for what it is that you desire. Also, guys, I am on the Substack app. I have the podcast on there. But I don't just have the podcast on there. I'm also occasionally going to be posting little comments in this little thread that I have going on, or I don't really know how to describe it, but anyway, I'm just going to be posting little inspirational things and little wisdom here and there. So I definitely go check that out. The biggest thing about envy is just not compare yourself. When you're envious with someone, you're like, okay, they have that and I don't. They're better at that and I'm not. And blah, blah, blah. Whatever. And comparison is never the solution. I mean, not only is it just like flat out disrespecting yourself, talking down on yourself, a lot of things. But it's important to remember that every journey is different. Not everyone is going to have the same path as you. I mean, I don't think anybody's really going to have the exact same path. That'd be some like crazy Black Mirror stuff if someone had the exact same path as you. No one's ever really going to have the exact same path as you. And the thing is, it's okay for journeys to differ because people need different things. I've talked about this before in different episodes that release one episode that sometimes, we have to go through certain things to get to a place we never would have been had we those things never occurred. Do you really like think that you could be the person you are today? If you haven't healed from it, then that's a totally different perspective. And like, sure, you're different, but probably not the different that you want to be. No offense, no shade, no shade. But when you heal from the things that you've gone through, I feel that you become an even more enlightened person. Such a beautiful thing, really. Which is why I think that like pain, sadness is so poetic. It's poetic when you bring your own self-justice. Yes. Yes. Anyway, um, every journey is different, and it's great that every journey is different. People have different needs. Not only do people have different needs, but who wants to be the same as everybody else? I mean, I know some people may want to be, and good for you. Um, but personally, I don't want to be the same as everybody else. I mean, sometimes I have occasionally found myself being like, okay, gosh, this is another thing that's different from me. And like, people don't seem to understand me at times. But all in all, to have those differences about yourself, I think is totally beautiful, totally cool. Because it like brings it's such a nice story. And imagine if we were all the same. That's totally robotic. Who wants to all be the same? It's crazy. Also, guys, I'm going through mad rejection therapy right now. I'm passing so many people and waving. I thought it was a nice thing to do. And oh my gosh, people are not waving back. It's actually crazy. Have you like ever had somebody talk about you in another language, but you actually know that language? Please, spare me. Loki, I think you can just feel when someone is vibing you. But anyway, yeah, every story is different. If we were all walking around with the same story, that's not cool. I don't think it's cool. I do think I have a lot of people in my life that are very similar to me. But if they were 100% similar, if they were 100% me, that'd be like crazy. That'd be crazy. Probably annoying, too triggering, and honestly, where's the fun in that? I like hearing other people's perspectives on things and, inquiring about it and offering my perspective. I think a lot of people consider me debative when I do that because I come off as like kind of rude, but I'm honestly just joking. I love hearing other people's opinions and then speaking about it, unless it's something like heinous and you're just an evil person. It's okay to have things that you share with others, similarities, but all in all, our uniqueness, our differences are what bring us together. And it's what makes us, sort of. It's what shapes us. That's what shapes us. So again, don't compare yourself. Every journey is different and it's okay. Maybe Roderick got that promotion in 1 year and you got it in 5, but hey, you needed to learn something to even allow for yourself to open yourself up to that promotion and keep it. This has really been a fun episode. It's really just three main points from this. Take that envy as fuel. Every journey is different and that's okay, and take action. That's our main themes from this episode. I hope you guys have a notebook. At least I would have to have a notebook. You guys, I cannot like listen to something and then not take notes on everything I'm hearing because it makes me so anxious that I'm gonna forget everything I heard later. Even though I feel like I have such an amazing memory. But anyway, yeah, guys. Thank you guys so much for listening in to another episode of Julia X. So I'm very thankful for every single one of you. And I've been looking at the charts. It's been looking great. Not that the amount of viewage that I get matters. It's just I'm thankful for every single viewer. I'm happy that this is reaching more people. I really feel like my voice can help so many people. I'm gonna tell you now, I'm a very private person. You might think you know a lot about me, but like, there's really only a few people, not even really a few, but it's really just a few people that know stuff about me. I'm saying this to say, anytime I think about posting on social media for a long time, post 2021, I was just so afraid of the thought of like posting on social media and anything like that. And then just, I don't know, not only having people in my business, because I hate that, but also just judgment. And those are very big factors for me. Saying that to say, it really isn't about the viewage for me posting. I try to avoid posting on any type of social media platform as much as I could because the thought scared me so much. But thinking about what I want to do, which is the big thing is helping people. I was like, the only way to do it, really, is to allow my voice to reach people. That's to say, this isn't about viewage for me, it's a matter of helping people. But I do love to see the chart going up. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, and no matter any type of viewage, I'm very thankful for this whole platform, and it's such an amazing accomplishment to have even made this podcast. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening in to another episode of Julia XO. I enjoyed recording this episode, and I know you guys will love it too. Don't forget to leave the podcast 5 stars.